Actually, every Friday, we actually have different entrepreneurs come in. There are all kinds of different entrepreneurs, and then through their journey, we actually look into there might be something common. There might be something that's completely different, and then how their mind works is actually something we actually want to look into. Let's take a look back at Tony. So what did they do? They basically, this guy's from UST. So after he get out, he actually study programming himself, and then in a way, after two terms, he actually start this business. And this business is actually help other people start business.
Do you really need a really refined, perfect product to launch? These guys seem to think differently. They might want to launch and get out, and then people come complain, but still use. People still come. Some people go on, and so on. Because through the process of prototyping, they might be using users to prototype. This actually is normally how today's business actually work. People kind of buy something, they understand it's beta, it's always in beta, and then as long as it's not dying, the whole thing, then it's okay. See, Ray is a very interesting guy. I was told he's very, very cool. First thing, he don't like talking. Second, he don't like coming to these people thing. And then he go to school, but not necessarily engage with people. But he actually come back and actually go through the journey on the Sunshine tour. This is another guy that you should go to talk to. And last and not least, we actually used the case from Mr. G last week to actually go through, which is this is how the students is actually going through and building the electric car. And this innovation is actually not just for business. Innovation can be for social and for education change. Mr. G defined what entrepreneur is about, education and entrepreneurship going together. When you're actually going through that innovation process or entrepreneurial process, you can actually look into how these might be working with your other tools, and actually also focus on not just money and potentially delivering social impact. So the way that we organize the course is through we do the experience, and then we do the video, 60 minutes, and then we go and actually do the reflection. And basically, this process actually hopefully help you get a direction and get a feel of how these people think. Not necessarily doing the same business, but how they actually solve problems, how they approach market, how they approach funders, and so on. And later on, if you're interested to actually know more about how these different things work, how funding work, how to really start software business, how to really start hardware business, you can actually go on to actually take other class and actually go out and actually try it. If we look into what we did over the semester, the first month we were actually looking into Shopline and then start the shop. Obviously you can't start here, but basically that's how we start. And then we did the design thinking workshop. And the design thinking workshop, let's make it simple, is basically this two diamonds. Diversion of idea and then conversion back to couple to actually come to a point. So you identified there is a problem somewhere. And we didn't go through the second phase, but the whole idea again is to develop a way to actually solve that problem. And then again, divert to actually try it. So this will actually be some kind of prototyping. Prototyping with the end user is also very important. Even how you design the landing page. So the A/B test is actually another important thing. And if you're interested, you can go and actually take more course on this particular area. But this is actually a new way that we actually teach, where you are using, we will use the data to actually go through it and so on. Software, hardware, 3D printing, get your hands dirty, try out all those prototyping is actually quite important. Some good speakers coming in to actually talk to us. And then modern software operation, again, that's basically everything is shorter, easier to deploy, and then you actually go from there. And then that's our April, which is you are going through your software and actually the A/B test and also when you're building your shop. So it's actually quite good that during the process you actually build something quite solid at the shop and actually gone through it and so on. So then we move on to the hardware part, which is in later on in April, which is the Sunshine and also the Makers Lab. This actually we were thinking of there are two areas of entrepreneurship that we might need to go through. We designed it so that it's not a lecture type course, but there are, let's say, skill sets, and also over here, mindsets that we want some of you to kind of go through. Obviously, there are things you can read. We went through the MISO basic training, and then we went through the hardware prototyping. We've been to Samchan. We did some apps and online prototyping. So get your hands dirty, try out, and so on. Okay, again, design thinking is the other skill. And this is another way to present that two diamond. So basically over here, this two areas defining the problem. And then this two areas prototyping, going through the process. So this is the Stanford model. The two diamond is actually more the MIT. To me, the most important part of design thinking is the empathize part. You need to kind of find the customer instead of just sitting down and actually create a product. Obviously, forming the team is also important. We don't have too much time this time to actually go through how the team work and so on. But the idea is you are in a school where we have different kind of people. We're in the world we work with different kind of people. So working with these people, different people, is actually very important. But for the mindset, it's also very important. The mindset will be, I want to go out and try it. I want to go on social media to actually help drive things and so on. All those need to be marketing mind almost every day. And then obviously you need to have a growth mindset. So instead of just focusing on the points, the assessment for the course and so on. This course is designed so that the assessments come somewhere in there. So we don't have final. We try to make things simpler. But the whole idea is we want you to get a feel through the process, and then hopefully you reflect on it, and that's how you learn. The future for entrepreneur that we actually need, that you need to know how to problem solve, because there are things that you don't know, and then when you're in there, you actually go and solve it. Hopefully you actually go through the process again, and then how you actually move on to actually create and solve problem, move beyond your comfort zone to actually do it and so on. So learning to learn is actually the process, and learning to learn of something that's not in your major, that by solving a problem you actually go through it. My last slide. It's the idea here is actually about entrepreneurial you, which is hopefully through the 4 year, through the process, these common core is designed so that you'll be able to actually look into having entrepreneurship as a spirit or as a tool that you can actually use to actually move on to other things, which might be in school, which might be in your future. And being able to be an entrepreneur of yourself is actually very, very important. So that's the process we have.